What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lieutenant Nathaniel Flint of the Landship Scorpios, and today we are reacting to Steampunk Costumes. That's right, I wanted to do this in person by going to a Spirit of Halloween, but I'm not sure when or if I'll be able to get to one. And I'm not sure if they'll let me film there. So we'll be doing this virtually. So why don't we go and just look at Steampunk Halloween costumes. And here we are. We're at Spirit of Halloween, and we're going to just be looking at the costumes that they have. Look at all this. So why don't we go and react to some. Disclaimer before we begin. We understand that a lot of these are going to be Halloween costumes. They're not necessarily steampunk costumes or steampunk attire. However, I will do my best to not bash any of them. Towards the end of the video, we will be discussing about where to kind of look for, or where I like to visit frequently for my steampunk gear. But I do want people to know that if this is your options, that they're fine. We're not going to bash them, and I'm not going to bash them in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for joining us. But let's try to be a little bit positive. And we'll start with this adult steampunk dress costume. So it fits all the bits that we need from a steampunk Is this a real person? Or is this a cartoon? Anyways, it fits everything that we need out of a steampunk costume. You got the hat and the goggles that are pretty easy. We got the dress. They got a kind of like little fake corset going on here. Lots of buckles, lots of brass pieces. Brown and maroon is good. We've got the, I'm not sure if these are boots that come with it, or if they're like a boot spat that goes over whatever you're wearing, so like whatever heels. But I mean, that'll end up looking good. We got the fishnets, and it's got this here. I'm not sure if this comes with it. Something tells me this is probably an accessory you buy separately. But for just the dress, for the steampunk dress costume, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's getting the job done. It's got everything that you would be looking for out of a steampunk costume. It's decent enough if that's what you need. 60 bucks though. So like, keep that in mind later. It's 60 bucks to be getting most of that. Steampunk trench coat. Again, this is kind of the same. We've got everything that we kind of need. We've got the hat up here. We've got some goggles there. We got the trench coat look. I'm sure that this isn't made out of the best material. He's got some decent shoes on. Got some buttoned up pants up there. That's pretty good. It's $74.99. This better be all inclusive. I'm not sure if this is an undershirt or if this is part of the costume. You know how the Halloween costumes that come in the one set fits all. But I mean, it looks pretty good. Oh, this is a better look. So that's an undershirt where those don't necessarily button up all. Are they in the same place? Not really. All right. So it's not that bad. It is a bit pricey for a Spirit of Halloween coat. I guess that is up to you. But pretty decent. I mean, that would work as a steampunk coat, part of your steampunk costume. $90 steampunk boots. These better be great. Steampunk boots can set you back, especially ones with all the bells and whistles. This one's got the little pockets all the way up it. It's like a cargo boot. We got nice buckles, a nice tip here, plenty of brass to go around. We don't really get other images to go off of. This is very, very decent. This is a very good boot. But what I will say is something tells me it might not last as long as you would hope. For $90, you are getting up there for footwear. It's probably appropriate for the amount of bells and whistles they get here. But I'm just throwing it out there that there are steampunk vendors, steampunk creators, other steampunk stores and places you could go where $90 will get you most of the way there for a steampunk boot. Maybe not one with all the buckles and bells and whistles, but I mean, you're getting a much better quality boot than what we're seeing here. Still, this is pretty good. If this is really like you needed that for your costume and you couldn't do without getting some boot that just screams steampunk, $90 might be a steal for something close to this. So this could be very well a very good choice if this is what you just had to have for your costume. Here we have another adult dapper steampunk costume. Again, this is pretty decent. The hat, it's pretty decent. I'm sure it's not the best quality, but I mean, it fits the steampunk aesthetic pretty well. We've got gears and stuff in the vest. That's not a bad vest. I think that's pretty neat. We got the jacket. It's good enough. Decent boots. Like, it's pretty good. Jacket with vest, collar. Collar is a separate thing. So is this all one piece? And then this is a different piece? I should have been looking at these for all the ones up till now. Hat and tie are included. So that's all that's included with this. Long sleeves, button closure. So you're getting hat, tie, collar, vest and coat combo. And that's it for this for $60. I can say that this is definitely a steal for what you're getting if you're getting all those items. But you can get most of the way to this for $60 with higher quality items. However, again, if this was your option and this is what you wanted to go for steampunk, this will get you there. You are definitely a steampunk, and $60 on all of that will give you some wiggle room if you do have more money that you want to put into goggles or something else. That would get you most of the way there. Steampunk lady costume. This is, I mean, same stuff, different day. This looks like a similar hat to what we saw before. Dress, glovet, top hat with goggles. Okay, so this is pretty decent. You get the glovelets with it, and then all this is a one-piece dress. The dress looks good enough. I like the design. I like the yellow and gold. It looks pretty solid. So again, if this is what your option would be, getting something similar to this with better quality items would take getting your measurements, would probably get some of it custom made. Simple corset might not be too bad, but I mean, all this together, dress, hat, goggles, corset, glovelets, getting it custom done to be close to this or whatever, I mean, that's going to set you back a lot farther than $60. So it's solid. If this is really what you wanted to dress as, it is a fully solid one. And we've seen 2 men, 2 women, so let's skip the rest of them. Let's look at some of these things. So Steampunk Pants for $30. So these aren't included with the other costumes that we saw. So does this include this belt here? Nope, it's just studded pants. You get some pockets. You get these towards the bottom. I'm assuming you don't get this belt with it. I think it's just the pants for $30. I bet you the material is horrific. And I bet you it's probably not worth it. However, these aren't just jeans or slacks that you got at Walmart. These are definitely different. They will help accent your steampunk costume. I think they might be decent. So, $24 Steampunk Top Hat. So, this is where Nate will get a little bit mean, because I know hats. It's like a velvety material. These are cheap, kind of probably glued on, so they're probably going to fall off after a bit. You get the goggles with it. I wonder if they're like glued on or stuck on, and you're not able to get them off. Oh, it kind of has a trail. For $24.99, you can get a much better quality one than this. You can go to nethats.com and get most of the way there with a brown like stagecoach hat. Maybe a little bit more expensive. Maybe it'll be tipping towards the 30s with shipping. But you could do better. And then you would need to get the goggles. The extra bit of this is like just some sash work that's coming off the side. That could be a scarf, or that could be some lace. And then, of course, the goggles might be another $20 on top of that. But again, you'll get another much nicer pair of $20 goggles. However, if you only had $25 plus shipping, or if you were at a store and you only had $25, this is steampunk. This will look good enough. No one should be giving you crap about your costume. This is good. I sign off on it. Steampunk goggles with gears. These are very interesting, but again, I would be a little worried about how cheap they are. They're $15. You're going to be getting a $15 pair of goggles. On the plus side, though, if you're already down that cheap, I'm not sure there's another pair that comes with this much bells and whistles, all these kind of things. Like these are a $10 accessory on their own. Maybe at Historical Emporium. We'll check that out a little later in the video. The goggles, these would need to be glued on, although I think they'll look better without them. I mean, you're already... This is solid. I would say that if you were really, like, cost was your biggest factor, these are going to look the best for what they are for $15. Like, I would... As long as you're aware of what you're getting, I sign off on that. Steampunk Kaleidoscope goggles. I cannot imagine you actually being able to wear these. So these are top of the hat goggles only, because I don't think they'd look good around your neck. They're only $13 though. I don't think you'll find kaleidoscope lenses for like screw ring goggles like these. And I don't think I've seen these anywhere else before. This is a novelty, and I would say it's solidly worth $13. But you're getting what you're getting. They look cheap enough. That strap isn't going to last very long, and you can't use them. Like, that's going to make you sick if you try to wear them. But I don't think I've seen kaleidoscope goggles like this anywhere else. This is pretty cool. It's unique, and I sign off on them as long as you know what you're getting. Steampunk skeletal hand jewelry. Something tells me that this is plastic. But getting something similar to this is not going to be cheap anywhere else. $15, and it looks good enough from afar, and hopefully no one's going to be touching it and like thinking too much about it. That's actually kind of cool. Like, I'm not sure how it'll look in real life when you're at an event, but as long as you're aware that I'm pretty sure that this is plastic, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, things like these will probably fall off, I think this is a solid. If cost is your only grace, $15 on this is pretty good for one of these kind of skeletal hand jewelries. Like, if you're getting a real one made of brass that's articulated, has like things like this on it, that's going to be a much higher price from some of the vendors I've seen. Steampunk face mask like this, like a half plague doctor. I have one of these style masks from years ago. It's all black. I used it for like a raven thing. I glued on feathers and stuff. So I know what this material is made out of and stuff. I will let you know that it's not worth $17. This I do not sign off on. This is the kind of steampunk that's glue a bunch of stuff to it, spray can it, and then ask a bunch of money. You can make this a lot easier. I wonder if they even have blanks of these kind of masks in their store, or even at a craft store, that you would be able to do similar stuff like this. Especially if you already have crafting materials and like little things. You could get your own and customize it, maybe even cheaper than $17. But I probably wouldn't buy this. Even minus shipping if I was at a store location. I'm just not sure how I'd feel about that. A steampunk goblet for $17. So this was, let's assume this was real. It's brass. It's all this stuff welded onto it. This is a like $100 or more piece at a steampunk event. I'm not sure I'd want to drink out of it. This, however, knowing that it's plastic and it's just a party cup, I'm more likely to actually use this as a goblet at events. I sign off on it. As long as you know what you're getting and the quality you're getting and the price, and you're aware of that, I sign off on this. Pocket belt. We love our bandoliers. We love our pouches, especially of leather. I highly doubt these are leather. These are probably pleather or whatever. I'm not sure if they come with a belt or if you can take them off. But if you can take off the definitely crappy belt, if you just needed some pockets like this and you were not upset at what will most likely be a very cheap pockets, for 15 bucks getting 3 of them. I mean, I would prefer it to be closer to the 10. But I mean, I'm not mad. Like, as long as you know what you're getting, I sign off on this. Steampunk gas mask for 20 bucks. I would not sign off on this. However, if you had 20 bucks to spend, and let's assume you're getting it off here, plus shipping, I think this is good. You're getting what you paid for. Quick shout out to a steampunk mask of this style that I recently got. I recently bought on Etsy from Rude Leather Crafts their steampunk mask that they push out. And I will tell you that it's a little small for me and it hurts my nose. But I did wear it all day to an event. And quality and craft wise, way better than I expected for 36 bucks. I think I paid a little less than that. I think this has gone up. But for 36 bucks, and it's on sale currently, I definitely sign off on that. It is an amazing, cheap leather respirator. I think I got this version that I used, and I didn't get any pictures of me at the event where I wore it at. I think, yeah, I looked a lot like this, I guess. It is solid mask. And as I said right now, it's $36 right now, but even at 40 bucks, so it's double this one. So at 40 bucks, you get a quality jump. I guarantee you it's a quality jump worth it. This is where I would say cheap leather mask of this style that you can still kind of wow people at. This probably not worth the 20. This is probably a 15. I would sign off on it at a 10. But knowing what I just bought and fearing it to be basically a regretsy and being just so blown away by it and very happy with the purchase for the cost, I will tell you that it's going to be worth the leap. So I'll call them out right now, not sponsored, but I am a buyer and approve of it. The Rude Leather Craft on Etsy, their steampunk mask here. Very good, very nice. I appreciated it a lot. Yeah, this is how it came. And it's got just a little leather strap piece and then the mask. Yep, that's my version that I got. So, I mean, it looks just like that. And just the quality leap compared to what you'll be getting here is definitely worth it. So let's look at this. This will be our last one for Spirit of Halloween. It's just a very simple steampunk goggles. This is their steampunk goggles in silver. These are extremely simple. They're bare-boned. $8. If you were at a location, money is the deciding factor for you. You want a cheap costume. These are good. These are cheap. They're gonna look it. They're gonna feel it. They're gonna last it. But they're good enough, and they're steampunk, and you will get that across. So I sign off on these as long as you know what you're getting. All right, next I found some steampunk costumes on HalloweenCostumes.com. It looks a lot like a lot of the same things we saw before, but there's some that are different. So let's go check it out. We're going to start with a classic plague doctor for adults. Look at this. Oh, you know what's really nice about this? They let you know what the recommended accessories are and how much they cost to make up what you see over here. So the costume doesn't include all these things on the side, I'm guessing. So the costume is $149 to this, based on size, I'm assuming. And this is what we're looking at. It's a Plague Doctor costume. I'm assuming it is going to have the hat, mask, this big old coat. It doesn't seem to have all the rest of this, unless this is all the recommended stuff that you're getting when you get this as a collection over here. Jacket, faux leather belt, balaclava, foam, mask. Mask has mesh, forearm. Cool. So it comes with a lot of stuff. For $149, $150. So let's go the highest possible. I think that's fair going forward. The highest possible is $160 plus shipping. And you get all of this. That better be some better than average quality. But if you were going to create this, like if you're going to go to Historical Emporium and do your best to recreate this, I feel like you could expect it to be $160 or more. The coat alone could easily be $120 for that big old coat. Not even looking at mask, that'll be in the 60s. A hat that could be anywhere from $30 to $70. A fake lantern even will be hard to find in that exact thing. Maybe on Amazon you'd be able to get it. But the fact of the matter is I would sign off on this. This is expensive, and I'm not sure how worth it it'll be. But seeing all the stuff that it comes with, and seeing all the stuff at the end that you could like mix and match, I don't hate it. Like, I think this is decent. Ooh, a Saloon Bartender. Why don't we go check that out real quick? All right, this is around $60. So what does it come with? It comes with shirt vest combo, and they come together. An apron. Something tells me you can buy an apron somewhere. It comes with the white apron, I guess. Easy. Pair of sleeve gaiters. Iconic. Bow tie, belt, and pair of holsters. So these over here. Oh! Beer holsters. I kind of like that. I like that. So for about $60, I like this. I really do. I like this costume. So I like it. I really do like this. Yeah, I think as long as you understand what you're getting is a costume, I'll get that. We talked about this boot, but they got the women's version of the boot over here. Equally as expensive. Actually a little cheaper. But same stuff, different day with that. Looks like there's more accessories and stuff. Steampunk canes, molded belts. Chemical warfare mask is pretty good. Bachelor's pipe, Goldwing goggles. That looks pretty decent. Faux leather shoulder armor. This is very interesting. $25. It'll kind of fit like that. So something tells me this is a one size fits most, and it most certainly will not. Oh, they kind of, yeah, they got a standard size. So this probably ain't better for bigger people like me. This is probably extremely cheap. However, doesn't it look good? If it's something you want to get for your steampunk costume and you're doing like a sky pirate or something and you just really think that you need something like this, making on your own is a skill commitment and a time commitment that not all of us have. If this was your option, $25, and you understand that it's going to look and feel and last cheaper than others that you might see at conventions that people have made it themselves, I could sign off on this. This is very price accessible to new steampunks. All in all, I'm not sure how much I showed of going through this. This is pretty cool. I've never been on to HalloweenCostumes.com. A lot of these are what you can expect from a costume store for Halloween costumes. However, I will say that if you showed up with most of these, you would still look the part. You'd look very steampunk. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll sign off on most of these. Again, as long as you are aware of what you are getting and what you are spending for it. I mean, that is going to end up looking good. This is going to end up looking good. Like, that'll look good. Like, you'll look good at steampunk things with these. People look too close at it and start picking. They're going to see that it's a Halloween costume. But that is not the end of the world. Last but not least, jumping over to Amazon to kind of just look at some things. And we're seeing a lot of the same. We're seeing a lot of these kind of costuming ones. We're seeing ones of various sizes. Ooh, that's low. We're seeing a lot of pieces. Again, this is more of a assembling it yourself. We're seeing a lot of the same as we saw on a lot of these other costuming websites of just the steampunk costume. A few things that are pretty neat. One of my biggest issues with Amazon right now is that there's no way to say, I don't want a Chinese seller, or I don't want to wait for it to come with China. I don't want the sizes to be weird in Chinese. Not anything against Chinese-made items. A lot of my steampunk stuff has come from China, just because that's where they're making this kind of stuff. That's where you can get the custom sizes of things. And I've been very happy with some of the quality of stuff I got. But I've also gotten bad quality, and nothing's worse than thinking something is shipping sooner and then finding out you're waiting 3 months because it's being shipped from China, and then you get something shipped from China. So the quality is not at all what you expect it to be. And you're going to get that on Amazon. You really are. So long story short, you might not always know what you're getting with Amazon. It's a whole different world than it was 5 years ago. So Amazon is a little bit of a grab bag, but you can find a lot on Amazon and a lot of individual pieces if there's a specific look that you are looking for. But with that, I kind of want to point you towards one of my favorite haunts to go look for, which is Historical Emporium, not sponsored. Man, I've tried. But these are one of my favorite places to go and look for steampunk outfits. So I went to Men's up here and went to Steampunk. Of course, you can search through all their stuff. They have a lot, and it's amazing. But they do have a little steampunk section, and they give you little, like, characters wearing different things. And you can see them all. Look at that mummy exterminator, really. And you can see all of them. And then if you find something you like this guy's costume, you can come in and it will tell you all the things that made up that costume and their prices, including if you said, yep, this is the look I'm going for, you could just add that all to cart right here and it'll give you the subtotal. So this is really cool. I really like this place and these looks. And of course, you can then look wherever you want. So if there was, say you wanted this and you were like, yep, Mad Scientist lab coat, awesome, I'll buy it. Gauntlets, awesome, buy it. I don't like those goggles, which would hurt my feelings. I'm pretty sure these are the screw rings. You could also click on them and go to that page to look at exactly what the goggles are, or you can go up to their sections so you can look for goggles that you want and get whatever version that you want. Of course, there's also a ladies' side and ladies' steampunk. And again, same deal. They have all the characters are out there for you to look through. And you find one you like and you say, hey, I want to do that costume. So you go to the one you like and you can see everything that makes up that costume. And you can say, yep, I want it. And then what you can do is you can add to it by going to the sections themselves. You can see they have all the clothing, all the hats. You want to add a hat to that, you go and you look at all their hats. They also have a whole selection of Victorian, Old West, and Steampunk in case you want to look under Steampunk vests, and you can look through all the vests. I like them. They're a bit pricey, and they're also a little bit size gatey, so a big guy like me has some trouble peeking through their area. I know they have a big and tall section that is limited where they got a selection of pants, jackets, shirts, things of that nature that are in their big and tall sizes. So this is, there's a reason why I come here and look around. They also have a decent selection of props. All these are going to cost you a little bit more. But I really like the spot, and they do great quality goggles, accessories, clothes. They're a little on the pricier side, but a little bit of it is there's a reason why. Compared to what you are getting somewhere else, you are definitely not getting the same thing. Yeah, like something like this. We just saw something vaguely similar when we were looking through today, and that cost us, what, $60? There's a $662 minus the things they're sold out of for this kit. But that's, it's very different. But you can also see exactly what you're getting out of some of these things, and you can see the price change based on that. But you're getting just a completely different world and quality. You're getting more choices over the size and better mix and match options, even if you choose to go to one of their pre-built ones. Also want to do shout out to Etsy and eBay, where you type in steampunk stuff and you get, again, a lot more of the components instead of a whole costume. But it's a grab bag of quality and where they're coming from. Again, with those Chinese sellers kind of finding their way into everywhere, calling themselves homemade, but it's all just lower quality products from China. But you can find gold nuggets of things, and you're going to find them cheaper on these places. So things like, oh, wow, so many masks. I guess the plague has really influenced steampunk searches. But I mean, you're going to find a lot of these kind of things. And with that, that's really all the time that we have for today. I did plan on going through Instagram and Reddit and looking through steampunk costumes that people are posting on those to kind of show you what people are deciding to dress up as. But I think this video's gone on long enough, so we'll call it good for now. If you liked it, please let me know down below. Have you ever bought one of these all-in-one steampunk costumes? How did you feel? Did you like it? Did you not? Or where do you like to look or go to for your steampunk costumes? We got another video coming out around the same time about where to start cost-wise and what to do if you're building your first steampunk costume from the ground up. So go check that out as well. And again, no hate if you decide to go one way or another with your steampunk costumes. If you want the Spirit of Halloween full done up one and you pick Steampunk Lady or something and that's your steampunk costume and you love it, feel good in it. You love it and you're going to look great. And people are going to compliment you at events. That's just how it is. We want you enjoying steampunk, liking how you look, and feeling good, and then getting to go to events with other people who are doing the same thing and just relishing in that together. And I really hope people aren't rude. If you see someone being rude about someone's cosplay, do speak up. I don't care if it's on the discount rack of a Halloween store or if you bought a custom-made, custom-sized one from a specific tailor vendor. We're all just in this together. We're all trying to steampunk to the best of our abilities, and we're all trying to feel comfortable in what we're wearing. So try to be positive, and I'll see you guys in the next steampunk video. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween. Do check out our Halloween content on our sister channel, World Hatstory, where we're doing the history of the witch's hat and a historical fiction. That'll be fun. Do check out our other steampunk content on this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe. Subscriptions are free. We just hit our 300 mark. So excited. And there's nowhere to go but up. So let's keep on that forward momentum. Check out the other steampunk videos and have a happy Halloween. I'll see you guys next time.